What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duel, back here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Diablo 4 and Season 7 in the current season. So let's just jump right into it. So when you start the game, you start the season, the first thing you want to do is just go through the seasonal quest line. It'll help you level up real quick, and it also unlocks the witch power mechanic, which I'm about to walk through right now. So you go through, as soon as you get done with like some of the seasonal quest line, you're going to end up near the Tree of Whispers, which is where I'm at right now, and I've set it to my hometown. So when you eventually you'll get to a point where you'll talk to this lady named Galena. She's like the main character of the seasonal quest line. Spoiler alert. And she's what you want to do to craft occult gems. Now these gems are not free. You actually have to grind the game quite a bit to unlock these, and the way to unlock these is by getting these materials that the game says you need to get. So example, for the Elder Sigil, you need a Fugitive Head, Restless Rot, and Restless Rot is what you'll get just basically by playing the season. You'll be getting this material throughout Headhunts, and we'll talk about Headhunts here in a little bit. And then obviously you need ruby fragments. And so you need to craft these like blue occult gems so that you can either craft these yellow ones, and then obviously you want to get the legendary occult gems, which you can see here on the right requires some blue and yellow ones. So these are not free, these are grindy, and the reason why they're not free is because you need fugitive heads. These fugitive heads, and I've been playing on my, let's see here, how long have I been playing for? I've been playing for 25 hours total. So for some people, that's a long time. I don't do this for full time, so I can't, I'm not a big time streamer or anything, but I would say there's a considerable amount of time since the start of the season. So basically my point is these fugitive heads are not free. They're going to take you some time to get them. You basically get fugitive heads by just doing, either the Rootholds, we'll also talk about that here in a second, or by doing the Headhunts. Now let's talk about the Headhunts. So the Headhunts are basically these new zones. I call it Witch Tide. I wish they would have made it purple. That would have been cooler, but they basically just look like the Vampire Tide. If you played Season 2, it's like the Vampire zone. So really quickly, each of these zones are going to be all over the map, and if you have Nahantu has its own little Witch Tide area that you can do. Season 7 does not require the DLC, the expansion, so you can play this whether you didn't buy the expansion or not. But basically, these Headhunts are running 24/7. So what you really want to do to maximize like efficiency and speed is you want to go to each of these zones, complete the Fugitive Whisper, and like as you're doing this Whisper, a bunch of people are going to show up to this like this little orange bulb that's gonna pop up, and it's basically the exposed roots, and it's just like Helltide. It's gonna pop up in your mini map. It's gonna be orange. It's gonna be doing this thing, and you're gonna run towards it, and that's where everybody in the game is gonna be there to defeat the fugitive boss, which drops tons of legendaries. It drops the rotten stuff that you need to craft these occult gems. I just purchased that, and I wasn't trying to. I was trying to get to the gems here. These these occult gems. So you'll wanna do that as much as possible. So really the goal is here, the Restless Rot. Sorry, I was trying to find the name of it and I slipped my mind. So you go here, complete this, fill out your whisper as soon as possible, and there's ravens in each of these zones so that you can go there. You don't have to teleport back to the whispering tree if you don't want to, but the ravens will be there. You turn them in, and then you go back and finish out the rest of the whispers. But like I said, the best way to do this is to complete this whisper as fast as possible, do the exposed Roothold event, and then it'll fill up your bar pretty quickly. Turn it in, and then go to the next zone that has your boss. Just go to the next fugitive boss and just rinse and repeat. These are always up and running, and just here you can see what time they expire. That one's 30 minutes. This one's in 39 minutes. This one's in 20 minutes, and sometimes, depending on your cycle you're at, it'll be like 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes. You get the idea. The idea is that go to each of these zones and just constantly just keep running these fugitive runs, and you'll level up really quickly. You'll get gear really quick. You'll get Restless Rot really quick. And then the other thing that I found that I'm struggling to get, it's just me personally, maybe there's others out here, but I wonder if they'll buff this, is getting keys to do the Rootholds. And I actually had to Google this because there isn't a lot of people talking about this. So the Roothold dungeons, which is another part of the seasonal mechanic, are these sigils that you get. I don't even think I have any to show you, but basically, yeah, they show up here in your inventory. They look a little different, but they look like nightmare sigils. You right click them, it'll open up a dungeon, and then you go through the dungeon, and it's kind of like Infernal Hordes, where you can pick a boon or a bane, and you want to pick the major rewards and just go through that dungeon, and then at the end you'll be fighting like the Roothold monsters and the exposed root. But you want to do those, and from what I understand, you can get them from Whisper Caches, and you can get them from Helltide, and you can get them from the, excuse me, the Silent Chests, which apparently they've buffed. Like I said, I haven't seen a ton of them, and I have been struggling to get them. As you can see, I don't have any. I could just be having bad luck. Who knows? And the last thing that you want to be out on the look for is these things called Forgotten Altars. And they're basically these altars that are going to unlock the powers that are inside the Altar of Witchcraft. You can see I've got a couple unlocked in here. These are not given to you for free. You have to go to these altars. Apparently they show up in Nightmare Dungeons, they show up in pits, and they show up in the Witch Tide areas. Now, I think I've only ran into a couple of these, so you got to look for them. They're not highlighted on the map from what I can see. But basically, you run up to them, click on them, they'll have a little icon, and you'll get granted a random power. So these powers that the vendor grants you, they're not free. You have to unlock them, and then you'll use your Restless Rot to upgrade them. And they go up to level 20, except for the legendary one. I believe they only go rank 1 through 5. So you want to get those done as soon as possible. So I think, getting the powers and unlocking them are going to take some time, and grinding, because it's random, and grinding the occult gem materials to craft the gems that you need is going to take you a ton of time. But if you do the fugitive headhunts, and if you just spam the Rootholds as much as you can, you will get all of this stuff. It's going to take some time, but you'll get all this stuff. It's very fun. Overall, my opinion on the season is I think this is really good. Even if it is a recycled season 2, it still is something different, and it's a lot of fun, and it's something that they've improved upon in the game. And yeah. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for me, guys, for the Season 7 Ultimate Guide. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. What build are you running? I'm currently running the Bloodwave build. I'm going to be putting out a video on how to kill Lilith this season, but I got to do it first. So anyway, that's going to be it for me, guys. If you made it this far in the video, feel free to like and subscribe. You're not obligated to, but it does help out the channel a lot. That's going to be it for me, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.